This is my professional identity as a teacher presentation. My name is Angelica Song. I am a primary teacher candidate. For my teaching philosophy, I believe my role as an Asian American elementary teacher is to support and encourage the lifelong learning of my future students. I believe it is important to create a welcome space for young learners. As an elementary school teacher, I am intensely aware that I am shaping my students' school experience. I want to put in a lot of effort to make that experience for my future students positive and supportive. I believe that every child is different and has something unique to contribute to their education. I will help my future students express themselves, accept themselves for who they are, and accept the diversity of others. Teaching is important to me because I am able to be part of a child's learning and growth throughout their school year. For my next slide, I envision my professional orientation towards my students and their families by having them be engaged with their child's education. I believe that teachers who place importance on parent involvement experience great changes on their classes. Families can help increase their children's school climate by actively recruiting other families to participate in repeating intellectual and emotional lessons learned at school and home. I believe that parents and school staff must work together to support and improve the learning, development, and positive values. Since it is Pride Month right now, I wanted to discuss that um, the resource I found from the Nothing Ever Happened podcast talked about how parents can be concerned when students learn LGBTQ in education, and even want to oppose the kids learning about that topic. I believe it is my responsibility to teach these kids these critical concepts so that they will understand them when they will get older. There are many sources of knowledge and values for young people to learn with these complex topics, and schools are one of them. Within this, I want to express my students with confidence that students can succeed. I believe that parents should not underestimate their own power or overestimate the authority of schools. I also really like this website called the Governor Office of the Education Ombuds, where it promotes educational equality by working with families and schools to remove barriers so that all students in Washington can fully participate and benefit from public education. In my previous school study script discussions, I remember we discussed how the Ombuds website can help families and students be more effective in overcoming difficulties and developing new solutions. This is where I want to use um, their ideas and their where I want to help solve issues for students and families. My professional role as a teacher in schools shows that I will help support, mentor, and educate students so that they are able to perform efficiently in school. I will play a critical role in helping young students achieve success in a classroom. Several articles that inspired me to become a better educator in school is the article What Are We Seeking to Sustain Through Culturally Sustained Pedagogy? It talked about how educators should involve teaching students from non-dominant culture in a culturally equitable way. This shows that when I start bringing student cultural classroom into the classroom, this will help me address their unique cultural interest. It is critical to try to understand the culture and society of the kids I am teaching, as well as to assess how my instructional approaches might benefit them. Also, in the short article, it says that the teacher and the students empower themselves for social change to advocate democracy and equality as they advance their literacy and knowledge. This shows that a school is a place where the student's identity and society are formed. Students are introduced to controversial subjects that stimulate curiosity and action about education in the world. It is also critical that we engage with other colleagues in schools, and we must develop supportive communities and collaborate on student success by defining goals for our students. Throughout my life, I've been in part of a variety of communities, including the Christian church and volunteering as a teaching assistant in elementary schools. I envision my professional role in various communities and believe that my teacher identity fits into this community, where I can be a role model to children, offer guidance for the power of education. In my church community, I am a youth group leader where I like to be encouraged to promote a faith perspective in my teaching and to share my faith. And I believe that faith can play a positive role in education, but it's important to ensure that personal beliefs are not expressed in ways. Ever since I was volunteering in elementary classrooms as a new teacher, my teacher identity fit into that community by building positive relationships and supporting students within the classroom. Throughout this course, I looked at many activism websites that influenced me as a better educator today. There are many different unions and associations to help improve education, such as the Social Equity Educators, American Federation of Teachers, and National Education Association website. Their union demonstrates that they believe what they want and what they believe in providing children with a better education. This also made me want to join their community once I become a teacher in the future, and their belief in shaping education wants me to be part of that change wants to be part of that change of our education. In conclusion, these pictures represent a core value of my professional teacher identity. As an Asian American teacher, I believe that I can make a difference in students' performance and their interest in school as a diversity teacher. I hope to engage diversity students with my ability to promote cultures in the classroom. It's important to realize that diversity refers to everything that differentiates for people from one another. Students come from varying races, cultures, and identities, so as we as educators need to be invested in creating an equitable and safe environment, one in which children are able to thrive with confidence. Due to lack of diversity of teachers, I see the difficulty that I had as an Asian American student as opportunities to better the educational system and connect with students who had similar experience so that I can give them the opportunity to demonstrate their potential. Thank you.